Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to take another look at a video today. I am gonna be reacting to Poets of the Fall's Carnival of the Rust. This has been much requested by the viewers and I had a hard time rejecting that. So, we're gonna take a look. I'm really interested to see what this is all about because it got you all very excited. And it's got like 63 million views. Wow. And I'm not familiar with Poets of the Fall at all. I've never heard of them, so I obviously have been missing out. So I'm definitely going into this fresh. So what we do on this channel is we look at the music videos rather than listening to the music. So my reaction is going to be all about the video. I'm a longtime metalhead, but I'm also a filmmaker. So I like watching videos and kind of deconstructing them and kind of seeing like what the filmmakers did, what their intentions were, like what's the imagery that they're presenting, sometimes the symbolism, but also how was this made technically, and also like how does this amplify like the popularity of the music sometimes too, because they really truly work in concert, I think. And so yeah, I'm excited to go take a look at Carnival of Rust. I'm gonna pause it right away. There's probably quite a few times that I'm gonna pause this. This looks really cool. The first shot, which let me show you, this really reminds me of one of the first ever films, A Trip to the Moon by Georges Méliès, a French filmmaker at the time, and it's like that was shot in 1902. And so it's a really old film, and it really reminds me of that a lot. I'll show a quick shot of the film that I'm talking about, and you'll see. And so I really like that. And then we have the bit about with the camera with like a lot of kind of whimsy camera movement flying through this little street, which it's a bit weird looking. And I wonder if maybe this was a practical set, but a miniature. I don't know if anyone knows anything about how this was made, but if you do, let me know because that would be so cool. But it could also be VFX, so I don't know. I also wanted to say I think that we're watching this in 720p because that's all we're getting. So the detail is going to be a little bit limited, which is a bummer, but it is what it is. But it looks like there's going to be a lot of detail, so oh wow, such cool things going on. So this shot is really cool because we have her with the gas mask. Love this costume, by the way, very kind of weird, creepy looking. But and obviously like in the reflection we should actually be seeing the camera, but we see something else in her in these holes, right? Very cool. So I that's one. But also like the way that this was shot, so they had a dolly there that they pulled backwards and then they zoomed in at the same time. So you have this weird sort of this thing, and that is how they do the as if the background's moving backwards. And that was a technique developed and like kind of pioneered by Alfred Hitchcock. So that's another really cool reference. So I don't know who these filmmakers are, but they probably know a bit of like their film history. Love it. And then the next thing, we see these two guys playing one cello, which is also really cool. I love that. That's so creepy. And again, the way that they're stylized sort of is harkening back to old film, kind of Charlie Chaplin style, right? So I'm definitely getting like an old Hollywood feel, like old film feel, not necessarily Hollywood, because so far I'm also referencing a lot of European film. So that's really cool. Yeah, wow.
and taste the blame if the flavor should remind you of greed, of implication, insinuation, and ill will, till you cannot lie still in all this turmoil before red cape and foil come closing in for a kill. Come feed the rain, 'cause I'm thirsty for your love, dancing underneath the skies of lust. Yeah, feed the rain, 'cause without you love my life.
Really cool. I'm also, for some reason, reminded of A Clockwork Orange quite a bit. I don't know why. There must be something in A Clockwork Orange. Oh, yeah, of course. There's some stuff with like the guy with the hat and like they have these painted faces. Um, Again, I'll put like a reference picture so you can take a look. But something that's interesting here is that the movement of the cameras is everywhere. It's like very slow. There's a lot of slow-mo stuff going on. Even like the Ferris wheel is moving really slow in the background, and then our singer here is moving real time. So it's interesting how everything around him seems to be sort of moving kind of slowly. And the camera movement is very like languid, like very, it fits the music as well, right? Like on this channel, we watch a lot of metal videos, obviously, and the pacing is always really fast, and we have a lot of like camera movement going on, and it's nice to see something that's really like restrained in a way. So I love that. Very cool.
Ain't nothing but this carnival of rust. It's all a game, avoiding failure when true colors will bleed. All in the name.
Love the motif of the spiral and how they're tying that into the next shot and the next shot and the next shot. I'm still getting the vibe that maybe this was a miniature. Like the whole set, it feels real. It doesn't look VFXy, if that makes sense. Like it just has that vibe, and I hope someone in the comments knows, or if there's what's it, a making of video around somewhere. So please link that if that's around. That'd be cool.
Oh, misbehavior and the
stars.
things we don't need are lost for after. No disaster can touch us anymore. And more than ever, I hope to never fall. Wearing up is not the same it was before. Come feed the rain, 'cause I'm thirsty for your love, dancing underneath the skies of lust. Yeah, feed the rain, 'cause without you love my life ain't nothing but this carnival of rust. Yeah, feed the rain, 'cause I'm thirsty for your love, dancing underneath the skies of lust.
Very cool. I love all of this, like this whole sequence of them with like the balls and the breaking plates and stuff, like looks very cool. And she's now winning the doll as a prize. Love that. I think that's all really, really cool. And I mean, we have the strongman, we have all these characters that you would see at a carnival, like one of these old school carnivals, right? Love those references. And again, my horror mind is also going a little bit to American Horror Story. I don't know if any of you have seen that. Let me know if you have, but I'm also thinking a little bit about that, which gives it a very different sort of vibe, but that's not this. But I guess the gas mask is getting me a little bit in the horror mindset, right? And I do really like that. Wanted to point out the color palette also. It's like they're very consistent here with the blacks, which are a little desaturated, like everything's a bit almost grayish looking, like the blacks are, except for the gas mask, like the blacks aren't very black. We have the whites, we have the grays, and we have the reds. Like the color palette is really beautifully consistent, and I love that. And even though at a carnival like this, you'd probably see a ton more, like in terms of colors, and that also gives it that sort of whimsical, kind of creepy feel to it, because it takes you out of the reality of a carnival, which would be really colorful. Like there would be lots of lights, and I mean, maybe not so much on like one of those old ones, but definitely colors though. And we're not seeing like the cutesy stuff like, I don't know, cotton candy or any of that. Instead, we have this woman with a gas mask. So I'm just saying, like, they're definitely in horror territory here. Uh, Very cool. And then what else? Just really enjoying this. So let's keep watching.
Yeah, feed the rain, 'cause without you, love, my life ain't nothing but this carnival of rust.
I don't know why I'm only now noticing that the cards by his little booth are, it's like showing us tarot cards, like the Ace of Wands. Love that. The beginning of new creativity, right? Uh, Very cool. I now want to look like back and see if there were other cards too, because they seem relevant. Love little symbolism like that, you know? And and also like where I paused it here, you can see how desaturated it is. There's just it's all almost grayscale. It's very nice, and I love the lighting here. We see the four lights here from his booth, which have like the classic light bulbs. Very cool. I mean, it creates this really nice. I mean, it's not warm because a lot of is kind of cool tone, but it's this weird thing that warm colors do in gray tone, where it looks a little more grayish. Yeah, it looks cool.
Don't walk away, don't walk away. Oh, when the world is burning, don't walk away, don't walk away. Oh, when the heart is yearning, don't walk away, don't walk away. Oh, when the world is burning, don't walk away, don't walk away.
So now the woman is walking away from the carnival. She is holding the little doll as if it's her baby. It's just all really a kind of unsettling. I'm also just noticing that she's wearing ballet shoes or point shoes. Also very interesting. So is she a dancer actually on this carnival who is now wearing this gas mask? I'm actually not listening to the lyrics too much, so tell me if the lyrics maybe give us a little bit more information too, right? Oh, I'm noticing now all of the tarot cards. I wish I'd seen it before. We saw Strength and then the Nine of Swords, which is, if I remember correctly, it's like stress and the end of a battle. So that's a really nice imagery. Also, I've paused it again here on a really nice shot. We have this, the houses are now sort of leaning in. Again, to me, it just looks like paper or I don't know what, but it's missing the texture of something real. And that could actually be because it's 720p. I don't know, maybe. But it's beautiful looking. I'm really curious. And back to the moon. Beautiful. What a beautiful video. I think we saw the star, which is another tarot card, and then it like we pan or we kind of move up to see the moon again, and I'm thinking also like of the symbolism of the tarot card, the moon too. Yeah, look it up if you're interested. Like if you want to know a little bit about the symbolism here, I feel like the tarot cards that they show are very significant. So that's really cool and I think very meaningful. And just overall, just really interesting, very creepy imagery, very touching, very beautifully done. For me, the main question is like, was this VFX or, you know, it reminded me also a little bit of how they do those practical animated films where it's clay and they use actual like little built sets. You know what I mean? Like it just felt like it was somewhere. And obviously if it was a miniature, then they'd still be working with a lot of green screen to actually like place our, you know, human characters into these sets, right? But that could definitely have been practical miniature sets. Like I doubt that they were full size. And that again is also like because I didn't see that much detail and it looked like it was made of maybe cardboard or clay, like it was missing some of the stuff that is real. So, but it fits, right? It's a carnival, so it would fit that vibe really well. So please let me know. I'm dying to know clearly. This is really beautiful. Thank you so much for recommending this to me. And I really hope you enjoyed some of my breakdown here, some of the technical stuff, some of the creative stuff, some of the symbolism stuff. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll also come and join me for the next one. I'm doing a lot of really interesting, fun videos this month. Always put some recommendations in the comments if you have any like videos, like they can be old or new. If they're interesting video and especially if they have like a creepy horror vibe, I always love that. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, I hope you'll join me for the next one. Peace.